Hello, my name is Abigail, and on this channel I talk about books and things that I'm passionate about. And today I'm going to tell you where I've been and where I'm going. So this is going to give a couple spoilers for a lot of things on my channel, but basically what's to come, but it goes along with the where I've been and where I'm going. So where have I been on YouTube? Well, about right at the end of January, I took an accidental break. So what happened? The truth is that for my birthday, my husband took me to Atlanta, and he took me to multiple small independent bookstores in the Atlanta, Georgia area. And I got to go to these bookstores and film a little bit like I have in the past with some other independent bookstores in the area. But this was the first time that I went to one that was not on the way home from somewhere or like on the way to somewhere, and was specifically for me. For my birthday, my husband took me to Georgia and we went to independent bookstores. That video is almost done. Literally needs a couple voiceovers and we're good to go, okay? So here is the where I've been of it all. I went to Georgia and then I got home, and basically on our way there, my Instagram feed, my YouTube algorithm, whatever you want to call it, is heavily influenced by those around me. So if my husband is talking about a specific video game over and over and over, the likelihood that I get an advertisement or start getting that video game shorts, reels in my feed is very high. So my husband was telling me about how, because he works out of town, I wish that you would play this game with me. It's a good way for us to spend time together while I'm out of town. And my husband just took me to Atlanta. So of course I caved. The second we got back, I pulled my laptop out, downloaded the game, and that game is called Arc Raiders. I played Arc Raiders for, I think in the first month, I downloaded the game. I hadn't read to this point, hadn't read a page since February. So my last book that I read was on January 31st. And on the 1st of February, I downloaded Arc Raiders, and I got to like 100 hours in like the first couple weeks. And I think I topped off at like 200 something hours for the 2 months that I played, which was all of February, all of March, and a little bit into April. Now, where have I been beyond that? Well, I've been playing Arc Raiders. Just grabbed my iPad so that I can give you dates and everything. So Arc Raiders took over my life, as video games occasionally do, and I basically didn't read anything from February 1st till March 31st, so basically 2 full months. And on March 31st, a little book called Game On released, so I started listening to that, and it took me about 2 weeks to finish. Let me go ahead and pull that information. Yes, it took me 2 weeks to finish. So I started it on March 31st, did not finish it until April 12th. So it took me 2 full weeks to read it. And then I didn't touch anything for another 2 weeks. And then I saw an advertisement for Emily McIntire. And I really wanted to be able to go to that and not read some stuff by Emily McIntire, because I've appreciated Emily McIntire's online presence. And so I started reading Emily McIntire. So I read the entire Never After series. I read several other books, which I suppose I could do like a whole video on that alone. So we'll just skip to the good part. Where else have I been? I went to St. Augustine with a couple friends, and we did a independent bookstore crawl. It was very cute, very adorable, very fun. That was in June. Late June, I went to an event over at Candlelit Bookstore with Paige, Lavoie, the author of I'm in Love with the Mothman, I'm engaged to the Mothman, getting married to the Mothman, and now most recently, My Boyfriend the Swamp Monster. And obviously you saw the video where I went to see Emily McIntire. I also went to Tampa somewhere in between all of this, and I went to a couple other independent bookstores. And of course, even though I haven't been on YouTube, I have been filming. So let me give you some updates. I set my Goodreads goal every single year for 50 books because it is a manageable number, because I sometimes do that thing where I take a break from reading for an extended period of time, just like I did this year, And when I come back hard. So it's almost always possible for me to hit that 50 book goal. And let me update you and tell you that I have hit that 50 book goal. And let me tell you where I'm at. We are a little over halfway through the year and I have read 61 books. So what I won't be able to tell you is all the books that I read. That would take too long. But I have started reading for where I'm going. Where am I going? I am going to a couple more events because I have found that going to events is fun for me. Where am I going? You might ask. I am so glad you asked. I am going to a very small, very quaint event in Nashville put on by Sugar and Spice called Wild Hearts. I am so excited about that. But basically what I have going on is so much. I have been reading tons of cowboy romance in preparation for that because I wanted to be able to have read something from each of the authors that are attending this event. I am dragging my husband along with that one. So I'm very excited and I cannot wait for all of the things that I have going on. I am going to try and stop at least one more bookstore while I'm in the Nashville area. I'm hoping to go to a total of 2 more aside from like the Sugar and Spice Wild Hearts event, which is a rodeo. If you didn't know, Sugar and Spice is a mobile bookstore and they're putting on an event with PBR, which is a bull riding little thing here, and that is going to be incredible. So that's where I'm going. I'm hoping that there's a total of 3 more book events that I would like to secure tickets to within the next couple weeks here, so I should be able to tell you where else I'm going with that. And then what else? I am going to North Carolina. I don't know that that's going to be particularly bookish, but I will be doing that thing that I like to do where I read books set in the area, and I'll be doing that for Nashville as well as North Carolina. And gosh, do I have any other plans? I think that's it for the rest of the year as of right now. So we've got where I've been. I have been to Atlanta, Georgia. I've been to Tampa, Florida. I have been to St. Augustine, Florida. I went to Jacksonville for the Emily McIntire event. I also went to Jacksonville for that Paige Lavoie event. So I've been all over the state of Florida, and I have been to Georgia. And where I'm going to North Carolina. I'm going to Jacksonville again, I'm sure. And I'm going to Nashville, Tennessee. So where I've been and where I'm going, a lot of places. So even though I was not actively putting videos on YouTube, I have not stopped filming. So I do have a Atlanta video. I have a Candlelit bookstore with Paige Lavoie. I have that to put out. I have clips of me going to St. Augustine and clips of me going to Tampa. And I absolutely plan to film for Nashville and North Carolina. So we have tons coming out. So I hope that you will come along with me, and I hope that you have enjoyed what I put out with Emily McIntire, and I'm going to start editing from the beginning. I just couldn't miss the opportunity to put the Emily McIntire video out on release day, so I had to jump in the timeline. But we are now going to go back in time to Atlanta, and that is the next video that you will see after this. Fingers crossed. And then I think that I want to also put out the Paige Lavoie pretty timely because this happened in late June and we are now midway through July at this point. So I'm hoping to do Atlanta and then Paige Lavoie and then St. Augustine and then Tampa and then catch up this way. I also have been filming some, I went to a whole bunch of independent bookstores last year and I never got around to filming with the purchases that I made, so I've been working on that as well. So I have been everywhere and I'm going everywhere else. So I hope that you enjoyed it, and I hope that you continue to enjoy whatever it is that goes on this channel. It's a lot of travel lately, and I feel so blessed to be able to do these events and go to these places. I really do. At this point in time, I have a video in the state of Florida, in the state of Virginia. I have been to Texas, traveled through Texas, and I have one coming from Georgia, one coming for Nashville, one coming for North Carolina. I am so incredibly blessed, and I have so much to share with you, and I have so much to tell you, and I have so much footage for you to see from the last 5 months that I haven't been filming, and I can't wait for you to see it. Alright, that is going to be it for today's video. I will see you very soon in the next one. Don't forget, I've got all this coming up, so you definitely need to subscribe and like this video so that I know that you liked it, and we'll continue to put out more. Okay. I'll see you in Georgia next.